Stu is here to break down some numbers. He's the executive producer of the radio show. And Stu, I assume that the number 2 plays a role. And because last night, 1 didn't really stand for anything.
You were very clear after the show that you wanted the number costume to make sense.
Right.
It seems almost ridiculous if it's not in context.
Right. But this doesn't.
But no.
A lot of people, this would be humiliating or degrading. But with you, it's not.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought of that.
So anyway, number 2. So show me break down the polls with the Real Clear Politics poll.
Well, number 2 it has a huge role in this first slide. This is the Real Clear Politics poll. And if you see here, this is the last 30 days. And you see how impactful that debate actually was. A huge rise for Mitt Romney. I mean, he was significantly behind, and now he's ahead. And obviously, this is where the 2 ties in, as there are 2 candidates vying for the presidency.
That's the 2?
Yeah. Well, they don't. Well, the next, a lot of them are like in the. They don't make a number 54 pencil, so that's all I could come up with. But our next slide gets into the weeds of the polls a little bit. Right. And what's interesting about it is that people believe the polls. And I figured it was a good time to look at what's really behind them when Mitt Romney's ahead, so people can't complain about us just being for our side. Voter registration. Of all the people that aren't registered to vote,
yes,
how many people actually say that they are? 60%.
I was going to say 2.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But no, it's 60.
They don't sell a 60
60%
pencil.
think that they are registered, but they're not.
They claim that they are. Think about that next time you're talking about, you talk to your friend, are you going to vote? Yeah, I'm definitely going to vote. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the polls. So I think it's a good thing, though, when it comes to activating people. That was one of the things you did with the website, is to make sure that people know if they are registered or not.
Which was, activate was number 2. Yes. Okay.
Number 2.
All right. Go ahead. Next slide.
Next slide. Of all the people who aren't, let's see, we got this one already. The next one is of all the people who
didn't cast a vote.
Who didn't cast a vote in the year 2010. How many of those actually said they always vote? 41% say they always vote. And 65% say they always or almost always vote.
But they didn't vote.
But they didn't vote themselves at all back in 2010.
Okay.
So the vast majority of people are lying to the pollsters. And this is a problem with the polls all the time. And if you saw there's 41% and 65%, that's 2 numbers.
Wow, are you pushing?
And then our last one is, of course, we always hear about, I mean, you said this before on the air, Glenn. When some pollster calls me, I'm not answering the phone. I'm not talking to these pollsters. Of course you're not.
You're dressed like a pencil.
Yeah, I mean, they rarely ever, they rarely ever
not
poll
giving you the dignity you deserve.
The penciled.
That's right.
The penciled people.
So anyway.
My penciled people.
Right.
So in 1997, 36% of the time, people who got called actually answered and participated in the polls. Where's that today?
Got to be 2%?
Well, it's a little bit. It's 9%.
9, but they don't make a number 9.
Me. But yes, they don't make a number 9 pencil either.
Yeah, all right.
So it's dropped all the way to 9%. So think about what that means. Every 10 times they call someone, only one person answers.
So and what's amazing about that too is who are those? That 1%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who is that person?
Who is that person that you look at and say, because I know I don't want to say.
Right. And what happens is you think you're getting this actual representation of the American people, and what you get are shut-ins in pencil costumes who are answering the phones.
Right.
And, who knows? This is why they're up and down so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's...
You know what I noticed was when you have a costume that, wipes out everything except your face, you really notice how fat your face actually is. It's really...
I don't need the costume to notice that, but...
Oh, yeah, you're right. I see that now.
Really? Mm-hmm. You're the one in the pencil costume.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your stupid network.
Back in just a second.